las adoro.
Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into some super creative and charming DIY projects to transform your porch and garden into a cozy spring oasis. If you love repurposing vintage finds and adding that rustic handmade touch to your outdoor space, you're going to love what we have lined up. From quirky worn boot planters to whimsical mason jar sconces, and even a vintage bicycle-turned-flower display, each idea brings a fresh burst of springtime color and personality to your porch. So grab your paintbrush, some old treasures, and let's get inspired to make your outdoor space bloom like never before. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you won't miss any of our creative home and garden tips. Let's jump right in. On a quiet spring afternoon, the porch of a small garden home glows with soft sunlight filtering through budding branches. Nestled in this cozy corner is a charming vintage display that catches the eye, a broken wooden chair, weathered with age, its seat missing but its spirit intact. This humble relic has found a new purpose as a planter, holding a vibrant pot brimming with blooming spring flowers. Painted in gentle pastel hues of sage green and muted coral, the chair's faded frame contrasts beautifully with the bright bursts of pinks, purples, and white spilling from the flower pot. The rustic wood shows signs of years past, scuffs, chipped edges, and peeling paint that add to the chair's nostalgic charm. The colors blend perfectly with the serene outdoor setting, where bees hum softly and a gentle breeze stirs the fresh scent of blossoms. The small garden surrounding the porch is alive with tender shoots and colorful petals, enhancing the vintage spring decor's warm, inviting feel. This creative repurposing breathes new life into the broken chair, transforming it from forgotten furniture into a vibrant symbol of renewal and beauty. Visitors stepping onto the porch are drawn to the display, finding comfort in the harmony of old and new, nature and craftsmanship. It's a simple reminder that even something worn and imperfect can become a centerpiece of joy and growth in the heart of a cozy garden nook. As dusk begins to settle over the quaint porch nestled in a small garden, a warm, enchanting glow starts to emerge from an unexpected source. Hanging gently from sturdy hooks above, a collection of tin can lanterns sways slightly in the soft spring breeze. These aren't ordinary cans, each has been lovingly repurposed and transformed into delicate works of art. Patterns of flowers, leaves, and whimsical shapes are carefully punched into their metal surfaces, allowing soft light to spill through in intricate, dancing patterns. The tin cans, once destined for the recycling bin, now boast a rustic charm enhanced by their patina and the gentle flicker of battery-powered tea lights inside. Their wire handles loop securely over the porch hooks, creating a floating gallery of luminous decorations that brighten the space without overpowering it. Surrounding the porch, the garden blooms quietly with fresh spring flowers, their colors subtly reflecting the lantern's warm light and completing the scene with a touch of natural beauty. As evening deepens, these handcrafted lanterns invite a sense of peace and nostalgia, casting shimmering floral shadows on the porch floor and walls. Their soft illumination transforms the rustic porch into a cozy retreat, perfect for lingering conversations or quiet moments of reflection. This simple DIY project breathes life into discarded materials, proving that with a little creativity, even tin cans can bring magic to a small garden sanctuary. On the front porch of a cozy cottage-style home, a charming display draws the eye, a tiered plant stand crafted from a stack of old wooden crates. Weathered and full of character, the crates have been carefully arranged to create multiple levels, each shelf brimming with life. Small pots of fragrant spring herbs like rosemary, thyme, and mint sit alongside hardy succulents with their thick, fleshy leaves, adding texture and greenery to the rustic arrangement. The crates, left in their natural wood or gently whitewashed for a soft cottage-inspired finish, complement the surrounding porch perfectly. Their rough grain and subtle imperfections give the display an authentic handmade feel, as if the crates have been lovingly collected over time. The fresh scent of herbs mingles with the crisp spring air, enhancing the peaceful garden atmosphere. This simple yet elegant plant stand turns forgotten crates into a practical, beautiful piece of porch decor. It invites visitors to breathe in the subtle aromas of nature while admiring the vibrant greenery that signals new growth and renewal. With each tier offering a glimpse of delicate leaves and budding life, the crate shelf is a perfect blend of rustic charm and fresh spring vitality, an enduring symbol of creativity and care in a small garden nook. On a narrow front porch framed by blooming spring plants, a delightful swing invites relaxation and quiet moments. Crafted from a recycled wooden pallet, the swing has been carefully cut and sanded to create a simple yet sturdy seat. Thick, natural ropes securely suspend it from the porch ceiling beams, gently swaying with each breeze that passes through the garden. Bright cushions in cheerful spring colors, soft yellows, fresh greens, and lively corals, are scattered across the pallet seat, transforming the humble recycled wood into a cozy nook. The cushion's patterns echo the vibrant blossoms that surround the porch, blending seamlessly with the garden's seasonal burst of life. This pallet porch swing is perfectly sized for the narrow deck, making efficient use of space without crowding the charming outdoor area. It offers a quiet retreat where one can sit, swing softly, and listen to the gentle hum of bees or the rustle of leaves. As sunlight filters through the trees, the swing becomes a haven of comfort and joy, a creative, eco-friendly addition that celebrates the beauty of spring and the simple pleasures of porch living. Against the weathered wood of a rustic porch wall, an old window frame hangs as a charming centerpiece, its faded paint and cracked glass panes telling stories of years gone by. This vintage window frame has been repurposed into a delightful backdrop for a spring wreath, creating a perfect marriage of old-world charm and seasonal freshness. The wreath itself is a lush arrangement of twigs intertwined with pastel-colored faux flowers, soft pinks, gentle lavenders, and creamy whites, complemented by fresh green leaves that seem to catch the light with every gentle breeze. The textured wood of the frame, with its chipped edges and sun-bleached hues, adds depth and character, making the wreath stand out as a vibrant splash of spring life. Hanging on the porch wall, the piece evokes a sense of nostalgia and warmth, inviting guests to pause and admire the beauty of the season captured in this creative display. Surrounded by the gentle hum of the garden and the soft rustling of leaves, the rustic window frame and wreath together create an inviting focal point. It's a heartfelt reminder that even simple, forgotten objects can be transformed into meaningful decor, celebrating renewal and the enduring spirit of spring on this cozy porch. On the sturdy wooden posts of a quaint porch, a charming display catches the eye, mason jars repurposed into delicate flower sconces. Each jar, clear and slightly weathered from years of use, is securely mounted onto reclaimed wood planks, their rough grain and knots adding a rustic texture that perfectly complements the vintage cottage vibe. The soft pastel hues of spring blooms, daisies, baby's breath, and wildflowers in shades of white, yellow, and pale pink, overflow gently from each jar, filling the air with a subtle, fresh fragrance. The mason jars, once humble containers for preserves, now serve as unique vases that bring life and color to the porch's vertical space. Hung neatly along the posts, they create a rhythmic pattern of natural beauty, drawing the eye upward and framing the porch with bursts of seasonal cheer. The reclaimed wood's faded paint and rough edges echo the simple, handcrafted aesthetic, tying the whole look together with authenticity and warmth. This DIY project transforms everyday objects into a heartfelt expression of spring's renewal, inviting visitors to pause and enjoy the quiet magic of nature captured in glass jars. The mason jar flower sconces become more than just decor. They are a celebration of creativity, sustainability, and the timeless charm of a cottage garden in full bloom. At the foot of the cozy porch steps, a playful and unexpected burst of color greets anyone arriving in the small garden home. A pair of worn rubber boots, once faithful companions for rainy days, have been given a new life as quirky flower planters. Their scuffed surfaces and softened rubber tell stories of past adventures, but now they stand proudly adorned with cheerful spring colors, bright yellows, sky blues, and whimsical polka dots that catch the eye and lift the spirit. From the tops of the boots, vibrant spring flowers spill over in joyous abundance. Petunias, daisies, and cheerful marigolds tumble freely, their lively petals contrasting beautifully with the boots' painted exteriors. Each boot seems to have its own personality, one spotted with playful dots, the other striped in bold hues, adding a whimsical touch to the porch decor that delights visitors and passers-by alike. These worn boot planters, sitting casually on the front steps, bring a sense of fun and creativity to the garden setting. They transform something old and ordinary into a lively, fresh statement piece that celebrates spring's renewal with a playful wink. It's a simple reminder that beauty can come from the most unexpected places, and that even worn-out things can bloom again with a little imagination and heart. On the cozy porch nestled among potted plants and comfortable outdoor seating, a charming side table catches the eye, a creative upcycle made from a recycled tire. The tire, once black and worn from countless miles, has been transformed with a fresh coat of spring pastel paint, soft hues of mint green and blush pink giving it a cheerful and inviting appearance. Carefully stacked and stabilized, it serves as the sturdy base for a smooth, round tabletop crafted from reclaimed wood. The tabletop itself is a delightful work of art, adorned with floral stencil designs that echo the surrounding garden's blossoms. Delicate petals and leafy vines in soft whites and gentle pastels swirl gracefully across the surface, bringing a touch of whimsy and nature's beauty to the sturdy piece. This unique table stands as a perfect complement to the porch's rustic charm, blending recycled creativity with seasonal freshness. Surrounded by blooming flowers in pots and cozy chairs draped with light cushions, the tire side table is both functional and decorative, a place to set a cup of tea or a small vase of fresh blooms. It invites visitors to pause, relax, and enjoy the gentle rhythms of spring. This DIY project is a testament to the beauty of reuse and the joy of bringing life to unexpected objects, turning a humble tire into a delightful centerpiece of outdoor living. In the quiet corner of a sunlit porch, an old wooden stepladder stands proudly, not for climbing, but as a charming vertical garden display. Its weathered wood, softened by years of sun and rain, lends a timeless character that perfectly suits the cozy outdoor setting. Each rung holds a carefully arranged collection of terracotta pots, their warm earthy tones complementing the natural wood and the fresh vibrancy of spring. The pots are filled with a delightful variety of spring blooms and greenery, cheerful pansies, delicate violets, and small fragrant herbs that sway gently in the breeze. Nestled among the plants are whimsical springtime knickknacks, tiny bird figurines, vintage watering cans, and pastel-colored eggs that add playful touches of seasonal cheer. This ladder-turn plant stand creates a vertical garden that breathes life into a modest porch corner, making the most of limited space while offering a feast for the eyes. The rustic charm of the ladder combined with the burst of fresh blooms transforms the porch into a welcoming haven, a perfect spot to sip morning coffee or enjoy an afternoon breeze. It's a creative blend of old and new, nature and craft, celebrating spring's arrival with warmth and personality. On the sun-dappled deck of a small garden home, a charming herb garden catches the eye, an inventive creation crafted from salvaged wooden drawers. These drawers, once part of worn furniture, have been carefully cleaned and stacked tiered style to form a multi-level planter. Their weathered wood, softened by time, showcases natural grains and faded paint, adding rustic charm to the vibrant display. Each drawer is filled with lush, thriving herbs basking in the gentle spring sun. Bright green basil, fragrant rosemary, fresh thyme, and tender chives spill over the edges, their leaves reaching upward toward the warm light. Small chalkboard tags are perched on the front of each drawer, hand-lettered with the names of the herbs, adding a quaint and personal touch to the arrangement. The herb garden not only serves as a practical source of fresh flavors, but also as a lovely decorative feature that breathes life into the front deck. The stacked drawers create layers of greenery that draw the eye upward, inviting visitors to admire the care and creativity behind the design. This repurposed drawer herb garden embodies the spirit of spring renewal, turning forgotten pieces into a flourishing oasis of growth and freshness, right on the doorstep. Leaning gently against the weathered railing of a quaint porch, a vintage bicycle stands as a nostalgic centerpiece, transformed into a unique planter display that captures the spirit of spring. The bike's faded paint and rust-speckled frame tell stories of countless rides through sun-dappled streets, but now its purpose has shifted from travel to beauty. Woven baskets are carefully attached to the handlebars and seat area, each brimming with vibrant spring blooms, cheerful daffodils, soft tulips, and delicate wildflowers that spill over in joyful cascades of color. The rustic charm of the bicycle contrasts beautifully with the fresh greenery and bright petals, creating a scene that feels both timeless and full of life. Around the porch, the gentle buzz of bees and the soft rustling of leaves provide a soothing soundtrack, enhancing the garden's tranquil ambience. The bicycle's sturdy tires rest on a bed of scattered petals and fresh grass, grounding this creative display in the natural world. This whimsical planter not only breathes new life into an old bike, but also invites a sense of nostalgia and playfulness. It's a reminder that beauty can be found in reinvention, where forgotten objects become vibrant celebrations of the season. On this small porch, the vintage bicycle planter is a joyful symbol of spring's arrival and the simple pleasures of garden living. Leaning casually beside the front door of a cozy garden porch, a charming welcome sign made from reclaimed fence pickets greets visitors with warmth and color. The wooden pickets, salvaged from an old fence, have been carefully cut and sanded to create a tall vertical sign that carries both history and new life. Painted in soft spring pastels, delicate pinks, pale greens, and creamy whites, the surface is adorned with hand-painted floral designs that swirl gracefully around the word welcome, written in cheerful, flowing script. The brushstrokes reveal a labor of love, with blossoms, vines, and tiny buds curling across the wood in lively patterns that evoke the fresh beauty of the surrounding garden. The picket's weathered texture peeks through the paint in places, adding rustic charm and authenticity to the piece. Resting securely against the porch wall, the sign complements the seasonal decor, inviting guests to step inside and enjoy the blooming flowers and gentle spring air. This DIY fence picket welcome sign perfectly blends creativity and sustainability, transforming discarded wood into a heartfelt greeting. It's a small but meaningful accent that sets the tone for the porch, a place of warmth, renewal, and the simple joys of springtime living. Against the textured wooden wall of a cozy porch, a captivating display brings rustic charm and garden spirit to life, an inventive piece of wall art crafted from old hand tools. Weathered rake heads, spades, and trowels, once worn from years of digging and planting, have been carefully cleaned and mounted onto sturdy reclaimed wooden boards. Their rusted metal and rough wooden handles tell tales of seasons past, blending seamlessly with the porch's vintage aesthetic. But these aren't just decorative relics. Each tool has been cleverly repurposed to serve a new purpose. Rake heads cradle small terracotta pots bursting with spring blooms, bright daisies, soft primroses, and fragrant lavender, while spades hold charming spring-themed signs painted with cheerful messages like grow and bloom. The combination of rugged metal and delicate flowers creates a beautiful contrast, bringing a sense of life and creativity to the outdoor space. This garden tool wall art adds depth and personality to the porch, inviting visitors to appreciate the beauty of reinvention and the hands-on spirit of gardening. It's a tribute to the tools that nurture growth, now transformed into a vibrant, functional artwork that celebrates spring's renewal with rustic elegance. On the warm wooden walls of a quaint cottage porch, a series of old wicker baskets hang gracefully, transformed into charming wall planters that breathe life and color into the space. These woven baskets, once used for gathering and carrying, have been lovingly repurposed to hold vibrant spring florals. Lined with natural burlap and coconut fiber liners, the baskets cradle rich soil and a lively assortment of blooms, delicate bluebells, cheerful daisies, and soft pink carnations, that spill over the edges in a cascade of color and texture. The natural tones of the wicker weave blend effortlessly with the rustic wood of the porch, creating a harmonious palette that evokes the calm and simplicity of country living. The basket's gentle curves and woven patterns add visual warmth, while the fresh flowers bring the energy of springtime right to the front of the house. Soft sunlight filters through the nearby trees, casting dappled shadows that dance on the wicker and petals alike, enhancing the cozy cottage atmosphere. This creative use of old baskets turns forgotten objects into stunning focal points, inviting nature indoors while celebrating the beauty of handmade craftsmanship. The wicker basket wall planters transform the porch into a lively, welcoming retreat, an enduring symbol of renewal and the timeless charm of spring in a rustic garden haven. On a small wooden table nestled in the corner of a cozy porch garden, an enchanting miniature fountain captures the gentle spirit of spring. At its heart sits an old teapot, its ceramic surface weathered yet charming, adorned with delicate floral patterns faded softly by time. Once a vessel for warm tea, it now carries a soothing trickle of water that cascades gently over smooth pebbles arranged beneath its spout, creating a soft, bubbling melody that harmonizes with the sounds of the garden. The teapot fountain rests on a bed of natural textures, mossy stones, rustic wooden accents, and freshly cut spring flowers that surround the table, enhancing the peaceful atmosphere. Delicate petals and vibrant greens frame the tiny water feature, their freshness echoing the renewal that the season brings. The gentle flow of water reflects the soft afternoon light, casting shimmering patterns onto the porch floor and nearby walls. This recycled teapot, transformed into a mini garden fountain, is more than just decor. It's a tranquil oasis, inviting visitors to pause and breathe deeply amidst the quiet rhythms of nature. With its blend of vintage charm and natural beauty, the fountain brings a sense of calm and renewal to the porch, a perfect celebration of spring's gentle, life-giving energy. Nestled on a sturdy wooden shelf at the edge of a welcoming porch, a delightful collection of rustic birdhouses creates a charming display that celebrates the arrival of spring. Each birdhouse, carefully refinished from old or handmade wood, carries its own unique character, whether textures softened by layers of pastel paint in soft blues, gentle yellows, and muted greens. The faded brushstrokes reveal the craftsmanship behind each tiny home, giving the display a warm, nostalgic feel. Some birdhouses perch on a nearby tree stump, their slanted roofs and tiny doorways inviting imaginary feathered visitors. Delicate floral motifs and hand-painted accents add touches of whimsy and seasonal cheer, blending perfectly with the surrounding garden blooms and fresh greenery. The soft spring sunlight filters through the leaves overhead, casting dappled shadows that dance playfully across the rustic wood. This rustic birdhouse display transforms the porch into a cozy, inviting space that feels alive with the spirit of nature and creativity. It's more than just decor, it's a heartfelt homage to the simple joys of springtime, bringing color, texture, and life to a small garden haven where visitors feel instantly at home. Leaning against the weathered wooden wall of a cozy country porch, a large vintage picture frame commands attention, not with a painting or photograph, but with a creative display that breathes life into the space. The ornate frame, its paint chipped and softened by time, holds a backing of sturdy chicken wire, transforming it into a charming seasonal board. Delicate spring flowers, soft daisies, pale pink blossoms, and fresh greenery are artfully woven through the wire, their natural beauty contrasting with the rustic metal grid. Handwritten tags and small notes flutter gently among the blooms, adding a personal and whimsical touch. Some tags carry inspirational quotes about growth and renewal, while others display pressed flowers or little photographs capturing joyful garden moments. The combination of natural elements and heartfelt messages creates an inviting focal point that invites visitors to pause and connect with the spirit of spring. This upcycled picture frame porch art perfectly balances vintage elegance with rustic charm, turning forgotten objects into meaningful decor. Set against the backdrop of weathered wood and blooming plants, it enhances the country cottage look and adds a layer of warmth and personality. It's a beautiful reminder that creativity and care can transform even the simplest things into treasured expressions of the season. On the sun-dappled porch of a charming cottage, a pair of vintage wooden shutters stands proudly, repurposed into a unique and functional display that blends rustic charm with springtime freshness. The shutters, once weathered and faded from years of use, have been carefully restored and positioned vertically against the porch wall. Small shelf brackets have been thoughtfully attached across the slats, creating a tiered array of miniature shelves perfect for showcasing potted plants and seasonal decor. Each shelf cradles a small pot filled with vibrant spring blooms, cheerful primroses, fragrant violets, and fresh green ferns that cascade gently over the edges, adding layers of texture and color. The soft, muted tones of the shutters, in shades of cream and faded gray, provide a perfect backdrop that highlights the vivid hues of the plants. Nestled among the flowers are tiny decorative accents, miniature birdhouses, delicate ceramic figurines, and hand-painted stones that add whimsy and personality. This shutter shelf display transforms what might have been forgotten architectural pieces into a lively, eye-catching garden feature. It invites visitors to explore the layers of life and creativity carefully arranged on the porch, turning an ordinary corner into a welcoming, fragrant oasis. Beneath the sturdy beam of a weathered porch, a delicate symphony of gentle clinks and soft chimes fills the spring air. Hanging in a graceful cluster, wind chimes crafted from recycled wine bottles catch the sunlight, their smooth glass surfaces glowing with hints of green, amber, and clear crystal. Some bottles have been carefully cut and smoothed, their edges rounded to a safe, polished finish, while others remain intact, their slender necks adorned with colorful beads and small metal accents that tinkle softly with every breeze. The beads, glimmering in shades of turquoise, amber, and soft pink, add pops of color and catch the sunlight as they sway. Tiny metal charms, shaped like leaves and flowers, mingle with the glass, creating a harmonious blend of textures and sounds. Each movement stirs the chimes into a gentle melody that complements the rustling of leaves and the distant songs of birds, enhancing the tranquil atmosphere of the porch. This handmade glass bottle wind chime display brings a breezy rustic vibe to the outdoor space, celebrating sustainability and the beauty of repurposed materials. It's a joyful reminder that even discarded objects can be transformed into art that delights the senses, filling the porch with light, sound, and the fresh spirit of springtime renewal. Against the weathered wood of a cozy porch wall hangs a piece of rustic charm, an old vintage drawer front transformed into a practical and stylish hanging rack. The drawer's faded paint and worn edges tell stories of years gone by, while sturdy metal hooks and antique-style knobs have been carefully attached to its surface, creating a perfect blend of function and nostalgia. This repurposed drawer front now serves as an inviting spot for garden hats, light jackets, and even spring-themed decorations like floral wreaths or hanging herb bundles. Its placement near the doorway makes it a convenient and charming landing place for outdoor essentials, while also adding character to the porch's decor. The hooks, each unique in style and finish, reflect the handcrafted spirit of the project and complement the soft pastel tones of the surrounding spring blooms. With its blend of vintage history and practical use, this drawer front hook rack is a wonderful example of upcycling that brings warmth and personality to the garden porch. It's a reminder that everyday objects, given a second chance, can become treasured parts of a home story, welcoming guests with both beauty and purpose on a fresh spring day. Thanks so much for watching and joining me on this creative porch makeover journey. I hope these upcycled vintage-inspired projects sparked some fresh ideas for your own outdoor space. Remember, bringing a little spring charm to your porch doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. It's all about using what you have and adding your personal touch. If you try any of these DIYs, I'd love to see your photos, so tag me on social or drop a comment below. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for more home, garden, and craft inspiration every week. Until next time, happy planting, happy crafting, and enjoy your beautiful cozy porch oasis. See you soon.
Cazadoro.